What's going on, guys? It's your boy Zet from ZHD03 back on the channel, and with this snazzy new haircut as well. But if you couldn't tell from the title, I finally have my boy, the one, the only, Daniel Zai. I'll explain the name in a second. But my Firestrike, my Daniel Zai, all painted up and modded, and is just like, yeah, it's amazing. So, I'm gonna get into basically what I did with this blaster, backstory of the name, and then, of course, just a little bit of firing demo, and just, yeah, all that goodness. So, onward with the video. So basically, the Daniel Zai, if you can't tell, it's a Firestrike. Like, if I take this off, it is very easily and basically a Firestrike. The light even still works. But basically, I don't actually remember where I got this Firestrike from. Maybe I got it from a store, maybe I got it from a friend. I don't remember exactly, but I decided that I wanted to make the most absolute crazy Firestrike that I have, or that I've seen. Well, not the craziest, because of course people have made more powerful ones, brassed and all that, but I decided to make the craziest Firestrike that I could. So, before, and actually I do have like some footage of this being used, technically, in this footage right here from the Pay and Play Nerf battles. You can see my friend Grant, he's the one using the blaster. At that point I just called it my power pistol. He's wearing my fedora and my power pistol, because it was just a modified Firestrike at that point, and I didn't have an actual name for it. But anyway, I'll get to the name in a second. So basically what it is, it's, like I said, it's a Firestrike, and also so before the Firestrike had like a little handle where you'd put your finger in like this and pull it back, but I cut that off. I wanted to have it T-pull, because I like being fancy and all that kind of stuff, so yeah. And then also, it's been doubled up. I'm not sure what spring I put in it, but it's a stock spring along with another one, and it's still got, there we go, it's still got a decent draw to it, and I've used it so many times that the catch will every now and then slip, so oh well. But it's still, you gotta make sure you man prime it all the way back, and then of course it'll fire just well. And then after a while I'm like, come on, regular Nerf barrels kind of suck. So I gutted the whole regular barrel, and then I decided to put in, if you can see in there, I might get my light a little bit better. If you can see in there, there's a CPVC adapter, or it's a 1/2-inch CPVC adapter. So basically, you can take some 1/2-inch CPVC, as I have right here, and you can slap it in the front like that, and it will now fire with a pretty decent seal, regular darts. And I have myself an Adventure Force waffle here, for example, and I'll just, yeah, it's got a decent pop to it. And of course, if you have, for me, Adventure Force waffles, well, they don't exactly rear load as well. So I mean, I just have some regular, these are just hard tip, like shorter hard tip darts. They're still basically elite darts, about the same accuracy as well, but they're just hard tips. Oh good lord, this thing is, it's heavier to prime, and then the catch has also just been used so much that it slips, but yeah, it's still got a nice pop to it. But anyway, what else? The paint job? Oh, okay, so the paint job is, it's like a shiny metallic purple kind of a thing. It's purple, it's like metallic purple, but with, like, it's got like glitter, like sparkles in it. And then I did the handle, and then I also just taped off certain parts, and then spray painted that with silver. And so, like shiny silver. And then, if you can't tell, the paint is a little bit messed up, just because I've had to redo the layers so many times, having to make sure everything was just right. There are a few like bumps and scratches on here, just from basic stuff before I put on the clear coat. But yes, so I did put on multiple layers of stuff, and then of course everything is nice and sanded down. I decided to give the Firestrike like different lines, you could say. And so before on a regular Firestrike, I'll put a picture right here so you can see. If you couldn't tell on the regular Firestrike, there is like a little like lip edge thing here. I'll have arrows pointing to stuff over here. But it was just like a weird like little jagged part. And so I decided to just sand it down and just make it like all one nice little smooth part. You know, just different lines, making the blaster a little bit more unique. And then same thing with down here as well. Before this was jagged, which you'll see in this picture here as well. But then I sanded that all down, and just so it's a nice, like, curvy, smooth, just so everything was just nice and smooth and just like, you know, different. And so, like I said, the handle as well was also just really basic, sanded down. The grip, like just the gripping stuff on it, just so it's nice and comfortable and smooth. And then the light, obviously, like I said, still works. Pew 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 pew. And then yeah, everything else that I didn't need painted, I just left orange, just so there is still orange on the blaster, just so I'm not in danger of any problems with the law, of course. So yeah, so those are all the basic mods of the blaster. Now let's get on to, I guess, the story behind the name of the blaster. So basically, where I got the name of this blaster, the Daniel's Eye, is because at my birthday party, I'm gonna just center this right here, just so it's fancy schmancy. I'm just gonna, there. Whatever, I'll leave it like that. And just for those who don't know, this is just a little container I have with half darts that I made. Eventually I will get proper half darts, but oh well. Anyway, so the story behind the Daniel's Eye. So for my birthday party, I believe, yeah, 2 years ago, my birthday party of 2018, I had a Nerf battle with a lot of my friends. And I had a battle with just a bunch of people and just messing around and all that stuff. I don't know why where'd the dart go? Oh. I was just counting the darts over here and I found out I was missing some. Anyway, so I had it with some of my friends, and then after some of them left, I was only left with probably like 3 or 4 of my friends, like actually 4 or 5 of my friends left over. And so we had like a more high-powered Nerf battle because I didn't want to murder anybody with any of like my ridiculously powered stuff I had back then, which I still do have, but I mean, like, I didn't want to, you know, injure anybody. But these were like the guys that were like good with high-powered stuff. So anyway, one of the rounds we did was a pistol round, and I had a lot of high-powered stuff, and so this was used by this blaster was used by my friend Grant. Like I said, you know who Grant is from this footage. Obviously, well, footage, picture, whatever I put here. Editing's gonna be fun on this video. Anyway, so he was using this, and we were on the playground at Golden Gate Park, which is where Saints is, and then also where I had my party. But then, so he was on one of the things on the playground, and my friend Daniel, we were having the battle and all that stuff, and like everybody was spread out. And basically what had happened was Grant was on one of the playground things, like looking around, popping people, trying to pop people, of course. I only had like majority elite darts, barely anything accurate. And so he's trying to get people, and my friend Daniel comes probably about 10-15 feet away from him. And I'm on another side of the field, other side of the playground, just trying to get other people. Anyway, and so Grant sees him, and literally, just perfect shot for whatever reason, pops Daniel right in the eye. And so, yeah, we all laughed about it. It was crazy. Daniel laughed about it too, because he was like, dude, what a crazy shot. But, yeah, ever since then, this blaster has been thus named the Daniel's Eye. And, I was gonna at some point get like enamel paint or whatever, and like, write the name on the side, Daniel's Eye, or Daniel's Eye, but I didn't get any yet. So as much as I wanted to do that, it still just looks cool just like this, and it will still be known as the Daniel's Eye. Maybe I'll like mark it on the handle or whatever, or write it over with Sharpie and then clear coat that. I don't know. Who knows? But then, yeah, so that's where the name Daniel's Eye came from. And ever since then, this has been a staple in my friendships for a while, just because of just how funny and iconic it is in all my nerfing occasions. And so yeah, that is basically the overview for the Daniel's Eye. And now I guess we do just some firing footage. So here you guys go. Well guys, that is it for the video on the Daniel's Eye. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys are wondering, yes, I will still be putting out shooting cups with Nerf blasters, part 2 of the video I did just before this. It's just I had the free time just to be able to get a video of this out, because I finished it and I wanted to show it off. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow all the socials. Of course. And you know, as per usual, I will see you guys in another video.